All right, looks like we are back in business now in terms of getting our main live stream back up and running. Thank you guys for your patience. Appreciate you. And once again, we invite you to leave any questions or comments for the players. You know, a huge shout out to our YouTube audience that, you know, they were chiming in and leaving comments. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and leaving your comments and questions. Great conversation. You know, again, you know, what do you want me to ask the players? Be glad to get that to those guys. And once again, guys, for the folks that dare for the big media for quick media scrum interviews to 2023 season. Mo Wagner has now entered the court. And I mentioned a little bit earlier, Jonathan Isaac is back on the court. He just wrapped up a photo shoot. Now he's speaking with other members of the media. Mo Bamba's in the back doing selfies. But yeah, there are a lot of players still out here and about on the court. We're down to what's looking like the final hour of media day. So the traffic is starting to slow down a bit. But, you know, it's been an action-packed media day so far. And a lot of these players are looking forward to this season. You know what I mean? They're looking forward to pushing themselves a little bit further, looking forward to that leadership aspect that they get with head coach Mose. Looks like we got a player coming. Florida National News, we're open. Come on down. That's all right. Come on down. Thank you. Please, have a seat. Have a seat. Awesome. Just so you're aware, we are live, so they want to learn more about the Magic. Please introduce yourself to our audience and talk about your expectations for the season.
All right. And so I think you can expect us to go out there and play hard and win games, and, you know, definitely.
What are you expecting for personal goals in terms of where do you want to push yourself to refine yourself for the season?
So, you know, getting excited about the work that, you know, I got to put in, you know, moving forward, you know, this season and the, you know, seasons following. So just being excited.
Been able to gel with the guys, how you been able to interact with them?
Yeah. Well, right when I came, you know, everyone was already close with each other, you know, from last year. And, you know, they embraced me, you know, right away. You know, me and Caleb, just, you know, like you said, getting into training camp tomorrow and then the start of the season, you know, we're just going to become, you know, closer and closer as the season goes on.
Awesome. We're looking forward to seeing you shine this season, man. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to subscribe here on YouTube and on Facebook. Be sure to like our pages, FNN News. Awesome. But we've got a couple of gentlemen still in the area. We've got the CEO, Alex Martins, is still here, still having a little bit of chat with some folks. Paolo Banchero, congratulations to him. This is the start of his NBA career, and it's exciting. You know, I mean, huge congratulations to him. But that's a darn good question. Yeah. In the meantime, guys, we're going to take a brief commercial break as, you know, we continue our coverage here at the 2022 Orlando Magic Media Day. Thank you guys for staying tuned so far. We appreciate you. For the YouTube audience, leaving the comments, definitely appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me on the show. You guys kind of help co-produce the show with the questions. Appreciate you. But in the meantime, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
I'm not picking it up. You pick it up.
I'm not picking it up.
Well, somebody's got to pick it up.
I'll pick it up. They're clean, cuz.
Cloth, and just cleans better.
Yeah,
Try Charmin flushable wipes.
We wanted to move back home to be closer to his family. We decided to go with pods because things were
To where we moved to.
We haven't found the perfect house yet, but we're still looking.
Si quieres ganar esta era, se requiere más que estrellas para ganarte los galones. Y es por eso que este equipo está construido de manera diferente. Mundo de diferencia entre lo que ellos piensan que podemos hacer y lo que nosotros sabemos que podemos.
Estados Unidos es campeón de la Copa Oro.
Una nación bajo el radar. Pero si realmente quieres hacer ruido y sorprender resiliencia presente, apuntando solamente en una dirección, si quieres ganar esta era, se requiere más que estrellas para ganarte los galones. Y si quieres ganar en este escenario, tienes que matar tu ego antes de que puedas matar los gigantes. Es por eso que este equipo está construido de manera diferente. Otros equipos ven un campo. Nosotros vemos un polígono de pruebas. Un lugar para demostrarle al mundo que hay un mundo de diferencia entre lo que ellos piensan que podemos hacer y lo que nosotros sabemos que podemos.
Estados Unidos es campeón de la Copa Oro.
Una nación bajo el radar, hartos de esperar y dispuestos a trabajar.
Buries it in the upper 90.
Pero si realmente quieres hacer ruido y sorprender al mundo, requiere más que solo madrugadas largas. Requiere una memoria corta y una resiliencia tosca. Porque los campeones no son definidos por lo que les pasó hace 4 años, 4 partidos o 4 minutos. Se miden por cómo responden.
This one back post McKinney. It's an instant response.
Con el balón a sus pies y una espinita clavada. Ojos fijos en el premio, no en el pasado. Listos para jugar. Listos para ser un estorbo, físicamente implacable, mentalmente inexorable. 11 jugadores diferentes, con 11 pasados diferentes, jugando en el presente, apuntando solamente en una dirección.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for continuing to tune in. You are here at the 2022 Orlando Magic Media Day. Things are winding down here at the AdventHealth Training Center in downtown Orlando. Still a couple folks, still a couple players here, but kind of made their rounds and they're on their way out. But we'll continue to keep the coverage going as we can. If you haven't seen anyone sit next to me, be sure to check out our Facebook channel, our Facebook pages, whether that's FNN News TV or Florida National News or FNN Sports, to see coverage of that media scrum against the big media backdrop. Everybody passed through there, so you were able to take a listen at the questions and answers going on over there. But so far, in terms of recognizable folks that are still here, Mo Wagner is still here. He's making the rounds. Head coach Jamal Mosley, he's still here answering questions as well. Orlando Magic CEO Alex Martins is also still here. I know a couple of the folks in the YouTube comments were asking for Bol Bol. Not sure if he's still in here. Saw him earlier, but not sure if he's still answering media questions. Kind of looking around for him, but not sure if he's still here. We saw Markelle Fultz finally leave the court. It was a pleasure getting a chance to talk to him. He's very optimistic despite the recent injury to his left big toe. He said every other part of him is fine. Like, he's feeling healthy. He's ready to get it done for this season. So we'll see how that goes. Jalen Suggs is still here. He's still doing interviews. It was a pleasure to talk to him earlier. No, he still considers himself a rookie because he still hasn't played a full 82 games yet. But we'll continue to keep the coverage going for you guys for this season, the 2022-2023 Orlando Magic season. Wendell Carter Jr. is also still here. He's on the media backdrop right now answering questions in the big media scrum area as well. But I'm your host, Melissa Thomas, for the 2022 Orlando Magic Media Day. It's been a pleasure. You guys were asking on the YouTube side, you were asking for, what my top 5 Magic players are. I ran them off. Please let me know what your top 5 is. I see your comment on Paolo. We did interview him already. So our live feed was a little weird, but don't worry though. We have the full interview, so we'll upload that here on FNN News TV on our YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe. I'm gonna call you 01. Like, you have a lot of binary things in your name, but I'm gonna call you 01 just to make it short. But you'll get the full interview, the full Paolo Banchero interview. Like, we have that one recorded, so we'll get that one up to you so you can see it for yourself. The live stream was a little bit weird right then, but we'll make sure to get you that. Make sure you subscribe though. Click on that subscribe button and the little bell icon so you get all of our notifications at FNN News TV on YouTube. All right, appreciate you. And Jalen Shortfuse, as I mentioned, I know you want Bo, but again, I'm not sure if he's still in here. If we get the chance to talk to him, we'll make sure to ask him any questions you might have. As of right now, it doesn't look like he's on the court anymore. I'm not sure if he's still here. But thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for all of your questions, all of your comments, all of your predictions. We love that. We love to see it. And again, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. FNN News TV on YouTube and Facebook. You can also find us at Florida National News on Facebook, and our websites, FloridaNationalNews.com. Be sure to check out our website, FloridaNationalNews.com, and FNNnews.com. That is FNN News, NEWS.com for all of our updates, right? As we wrap up and wind down on the 2022 Orlando Magic Media Day. Still some folks floating around, but we're going to take another brief commercial break. Thank you guys for continuing to stay tuned. Thank you for having tuned in over the course of Media Day. We appreciate you. We'll be right back, okay?
We wanted to move back home to be closer to his family. We decided to go with pods because things were stressful enough.
We weren't sure how long we were going to need storage for, so we needed something that was flexible, and then they can deliver the container to where we move to.
We haven't found the perfect house yet, but we're still looking.
At Duke Energy, we deliver electricity and so much more, like free home energy assessments, rebates for energy-saving improvements, payment options to help you better manage your budget, and even bill credits for helping the community use less energy. So no matter what you're doing, we can help you make better energy choices every day. It's just another way we bring power to your life. How much can you save?
Catch a wave of excitement with the new Guy Harvey $500,000 Florida Cash Scratch-Off, featuring tons of cash and one-of-a-kind promotional prizes. Get yours today. The Florida Lottery. It's your ticket.
One of the things I love about Bass Pro is they have 3 great ways to shop.
You can head into one of their awesome stores, visit BassPro.com, or get great gear from that catalog Johnny Morris sends out. Hi, here's your package. Bass Pro Shops, where commitment, passion, and the great outdoors all come together.
Why would you shop anywhere else?
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for continuing to tune in here at the Orlando Magic 2022 Media Day. Again, things starting to wind down here. Mo Wagner kind of making the rounds now, making his last rounds in terms of interviews with members of the media. I do believe Jonathan Isaacs is still here, not sure. He was kind of floating around getting his interviews and stuff with other members of the media. And again, make sure you liked on our Facebook pages because he was over there at the media scrum, I believe. All the players that were in here passed through on the big media backdrop for their media scrum. So if there's anybody you missed sitting here next to me, they were definitely over there. So make sure to like us on Facebook at FNN News TV, at Florida National News, FNN Sports. You find all of our pages over there. All right. And of course, be sure to subscribe on YouTube if you're watching us over on YouTube at FNN News TV on YouTube. And hit the bell icon, by the way, so you get all the notifications for all of our live streams as we continue to cover the Orlando Magic for the 2022 and 2023 NBA season. Thank you guys for tuning in with me. Thank you for keeping the conversation going. It has been a huge pleasure. And I'll know we'll be, definitely get the chance to talk with these guys over the course of the season, even if we don't get a chance to talk with them today. I know you're asking about Caleb. A lot of people wanted to see both. They wanted to see Paolo and Caleb. We got the chance to talk to Paolo. Not sure if we're going to get the chance to talk to Caleb. Not sure about that one. For sure, he's been on the big media backdrop, though. So, again, jump over to our Facebook pages to check that out. Florida National News or FNN News TV over there. But in the meantime, guys, leave your comments, especially if you're watching on Facebook. Please leave your comments. Let us know if you have any predictions as well. If you have any questions for the players, let us know what they are. We'll be sure to ask them. You know what I mean? We are indeed ready for the new season. We're excited for them, especially with the roster that they have and the continuation of the roster that we saw last year. Things are looking promising for the team, man. We definitely want to see them elevate. As I mentioned earlier, there's nowhere to go for this team but up. So we'll be covering them all season. We'll keep you guys updated with all there is to know about these guys over the course of the season. To my left, your right, Mo Wagner just sat down. He's speaking with one of the other members of the media. As we wrap things up here, from the looks of things, the man of the hour, Markelle Fultz, has finally made it over to the media scrum area, the big media backdrop, to answer all the burning questions for those folks over there. And from the looks of things, that might be it, because Cole Anthony's still out here. He's wrapping things up and answering questions as well on the opposite side of the practice court. But yeah, things are pretty much wrapping up at this point. It looks like Mo Wagner is one of the last players. Wendell Carter Jr. is the other one that is still out and about. He's still doing a few final interviews here at the AdventHealth Training Center. Thank you, Kevin, for your comment. Appreciate you. Thank you for asking your questions and letting us interact. You did a great job today. Appreciate you, Kevin Harapal, over on YouTube. Appreciate you. And yes, Chris, the live stream is back. Had a couple technical difficulties, but we are back, wrapping things up towards the end here, towards the end of Orlando Magic Media Day. Yes, please, no problem. So who's coming up next is not a player, but someone who is front office. This is Jeff Weltman, who is the head of basketball operations for the Orlando Magic. Good afternoon. How are you? Good to see you.
Likewise.
Absolutely.
I like this better than the clip-on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Cool. All right, so this is Jeff Weltman, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, this is a live stream, so our audience is here.
Oh, wow, how cool.
So you'll be able to see. There you go. Actually called you by your handle. So got a couple of fans that are super excited.
Have a handle.
Gotcha. Okay, so there's definitely somebody out there with it, though,
Somebody
for sure. But
please give your thoughts. What are your predictions for the season, especially with the two newest draft picks? How's the season shaping up for you?
Well, I would never make a prediction, but I will say that we've spent a lot of time talking about what this season should look like, how we prioritize it, and how we're going to enter it with our players. And this season is really like a continuing from last season. I wouldn't look for a whole lot of, obviously we haven't signed any significant veteran free agents or anything like that. We've still got all of our assets in our back pocket. We're still about growth. And it's important for us that our players know that there's a path for them. It's easy to say like we're growing, but then like if people are stepping on one another, they don't feel that. So they have to feel that there's a pathway for them. But with that, Coach Moses' expression this summer has been leveling up, which I think is a great phrase. And so what does that mean, right? So, playing better basketball, better decision making, better role orientation, conditioning, the things that you bring from off the court into practice every day. Those are the things in today's NBA that equal winning. It used to be 20 years ago that young teams would have a hard time winning because they just weren't physically mature enough. The league's changed a lot. The physicality, the skill level, it's all changing. And so these ingredients are really what holds young teams back from winning. So we need to elevate the standard on those things and have our guys start to understand, it's great that you have high character, it's great that you have a lot of skill, it's great that we have size and all this potential. These are the things that help us win.
Awesome. Well said. Well said. And kind of talk about like your experience with the players in terms of, we know, Coach Mosley is definitely a player's coach. He's big on motivating the guys and holding them accountable. But for your part, how has it been in terms of you interacting with the players and what their feedback has been?
Well, their feedback is always great. They're really excited. They're really engaged. They feel that, as I said earlier, they have a pathway for improvement and for growth, to be able to kind of show who they are. For me, I'm always excited. I mean, we won't bring people here who aren't really high character guys, and so they all embrace the conversations. They embrace the big picture. We try not to have conversations where we say run through this wall and then we'll tell you what's behind the next wall. It's more like, let me tell you what's behind the next 5 walls. So once you get past this, here's what's coming next, so that they understand like the big picture. They understand the way things work in this league. And I think it's really important that as young guys, we respect their ability to process that information and kind of like navigate their way through it. And obviously it's our job to hold their hands and, give them that boost when they need it. But it's really important that they understand what the program is.
And then talk a little bit about, you probably touched on it already, but talk about what your personal vision is for, this coming season heading forward.
My vision is that I think our fans will like this team because I think we're going to play together. I think they're going to see the talent. I think they're going to see the character. They're going to see the skill, the IQ. And what we're trying to do is put out a team that makes each other better, through all of those attributes. This league right now is about shot creation, it's about advantage creation, and maintaining that advantage. And the way you do that is by having multiple ball handlers, size, switchability at both ends. And I'm hoping that the guys that we've brought here will start to show some of that to our fans while having a lot to learn along the way. So, and us as a management team and as a coaching staff, we have to keep our eyes and ears open to what the team is telling us as we go.
Very, very awesome. Just to wrap things up, I'm going to read a couple of comments for you. Kevin Harry Paul says you guys handled the drafting process very well. So they're very excited about that. And then Lugo Play says, Jeff, thank you for bringing respect back to the Magic. So these fans are excited.
I much respect for you guys for saying that. This is like my favorite time if I'm a fan to be a fan, is that you guys are all learning in real time as we're learning. We're at a stage right now where we're going to make mistakes, but as long as they're mistakes made the right way for the right reasons, we're okay with that. We have to start weeding those mistakes out, playing better basketball, playing smarter basketball. But the great part about it is you guys get to come along with the ride with us. It's not like we already know what's going to happen. It's not like we're one piece away from this or that. We're all growing this thing together, and I really appreciate the support of you guys, and it means everything to us, and the players feel it.
Awesome. Jeff Weltman, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you. You too. Yep. Awesome, guys. Thank you for the comments. So I said, well, Chris, Walt got a king. I see you. I saw the crown there. But yeah, as you heard, he's on the humble side as well, saying, it's all about learning together. They're learning as we're learning, and he talked about it from a fan perspective as well. Now's an exciting time to be a fan, and I agree. I definitely agree. As I mentioned earlier, the only way to go is up. The only way to go is up for this team here. So we appreciate you guys for continuing to tune in and leave your comments, your questions, your predictions. And be sure to stay with us at Florida National News. Follow us at FNN News TV on Facebook and YouTube. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you get all of our notifications as we head into the 2022-2023 season covering the Orlando Magic. And for those who are brand new to us, know that we're not just basketball. We cover the NFL as well. So, stay tuned for our Jacksonville Jaguars and Tampa Bay Buccaneers coverage, as well as our Miami Dolphins coverage. We do cover all 3 NFL teams. We cover a little bit of hockey. So if you're a Lightning fan, stay tuned for that as well. We are a all-around news station. So be sure to subscribe, FNN News TV, and FNN News TV on Facebook, Florida National News on Facebook as well. We're winding things down here at Orlando Magic Media Day. The last couple folks are still kind of milling around a little bit. We'll see if we get a couple more interviews before we completely wrap up for the day. But for now, guys, we're going to take another brief commercial break. Thank you again for continuing to tune in. We appreciate you. We'll be right back.
The Florida Lottery is proud to support education by contributing billions of dollars to Florida schools and awarding countless Bright Future scholarships so Florida students can do more than just dream of a brighter future. They can create one. Learn more at FLALottery.com.
We wanted to move back home to be closer to his family. We decided to go with pods because things were stressful enough.
We weren't sure how long we were going to need storage for, so we needed something that was flexible, and then they can deliver the container to wherever we move to.
We haven't found the perfect house yet, but we're still looking.
I'm not picking it up. You pick it up.
I'm not picking it up.
Well, somebody's got to pick it up.
I'll pick it up. They're clean. 'Cause my honey's clean. Oh yeah, I'm Charmin clean. That's how I know they're clean.
Charmin Ultra Strong is woven like a washcloth and just cleans better.
Yeah, I'm Charmin
The
clean.
kid does have a point.
My honey's clean.
Enjoy the go with Charmin. And for an extra clean finish, try Charmin Flushable Wipes.
Si quieres ganar esta era, se requiere más que estrellas para ganarte los galones. Y si quieres ganar en este escenario, tienes que matar tu ego antes de que puedas matar los gigantes. Es por eso que este equipo está construido de manera diferente.
20 seconds on the clock. The United States on the board.
Otros equipos ven un campo. Nosotros vemos un polígono de pruebas. Un lugar para demostrarle al mundo que hay un mundo de diferencia entre lo que ellos piensan que podemos hacer y lo que nosotros sabemos que podemos.
Estados Unidos es campeón de la Copa Oro.
Una nación bajo el radar, hartos de esperar y dispuestos a trabajar.
Buries it in the upper 90.
Pero si realmente quieres hacer ruido y sorprender al mundo, requiere más que solo madrugadas largas. Requiere una memoria corta y una resiliencia tosca. Porque los campeones no son definidos por lo que les pasó hace 4 años, 4 partidos o 4 minutos. Se miden por cómo responden.
This one back post McKinney. It's an instant response.
Con el balón a sus pies y una espinita clavada. Ojos fijos en el premio, no en el pasado. Listos para jugar, listos para ser un estorbo. Físicamente implacable, mentalmente inexorable. 11 jugadores diferentes, con 11 pasados diferentes, jugando en el presente, apuntando solamente en una dirección.
At Taco John's, you can expect one thing: so good. As in quality ingredients. infused in tacos and burritos made just for you. Every single bite.
So good.
Expect nothing less at Taco John's.
One of the things I love about Bass Pro is they have 3 great ways to shop.
You can head into one of their awesome stores, visit BassPro.com, or get great gear from that catalog Johnny Morris sends out. Hi, here's your package. Bass Pro Shops, where commitment, passion, and the great outdoors all come together.
Why would you shop anywhere else?
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Wrapping down with the final few minutes of the Orlando Magic Media Day here at the AdventHealth Training Center in downtown Orlando. Thank you guys for tuning in the whole day. Appreciate you. Thank you for all the comments and questions. We still got a few final players coming in. How's it going? We've got Mo Bogner over there finally getting his photo shoot in. We've got Jonathan Isaacs making his last few stops as he heads out of here. And then Chumo Kiki came in like the last couple minutes, and Terrence Ross, like the last couple minutes they came on. So we'll see if they make the full rounds or if they're only going to talk to a select few folks. But either way, make sure you're following us on both Facebook and YouTube because we have simultaneous coverage going on in both places, okay? So whoever you don't see sitting next to me here on the YouTube feed, be sure to like us and follow us on Facebook because you'll likely see some other interviews that you're not catching over here that are happening at the same time. Had a little bit of technical difficulties there. But yeah, we've got some divide and conquer going on, folks. So thank you for tuning in. You know, as you heard from Jeff Weltman, who's the head of basketball operations, you know what I mean? His vision is to make the Orlando Magic a basketball team that fans will like. You know what I mean? Fans will enjoy. And, you know, he's big on boiling everything down that he said. It's all about really transparency, like letting the players know what they can expect ahead of time. Not so much the just do as I say, kind of thing, and just take our word for it, go through this wall, and we'll tell you what's on the other side afterward. He said, here's what you're going to find on the other side of the next 5 walls so you can be better prepared and not just work on your athleticism and sportsmanship, but be a well-rounded player and a well-rounded person as a whole. And, giving the fans a team that they can truly enjoy. And, make sure to come to the games because, hey, at the end of the day, the NBA is still a business. It is all about them dollar signs. So fans got to come on out. It's important for them to come and enjoy their team. And for you fans who have been online and leaving your comments, again, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. We'll continue to cover you guys' team for the 2022 and 2023 basketball season. Again, that full 82 games. It is quite a trek for these guys. But they're ready, they're excited, they're ready to get down. And those of us who are fans, we're ready to see them play. We're ready to see them shine and up-level. As we heard Jeff Weltman say, it's all about up-leveling. Nowhere to go but up from here. To my left, your right, Paolo Banchero is being interviewed by another member of the media. We had the opportunity to talk with him earlier. So we will get that interview up separately for you guys. The live feed was acting up a little weird earlier. But we'll definitely make sure to get you guys that interview. In the meantime, Hampton is passing by as well. Doing a quick video drop for some folks. Had a few last-minute appearances. By the way, Jonathan Isaac is still here. He's actually making his final rounds with the media as well. As well as head coach Jamal Mosley. He is still here. Wasn't sure if he was still on the court, but he is still here making his last rounds as well as things wind down for Orlando Magic Media Day. Good question, Chris. We could do that, in terms of posting the clips of every player individually because we did record the interviews. So Good idea. Thank you for dropping that comment. Appreciate you. Again, Chuma Okeke on the court. We'll see if we can flag him down for an interview. I don't know if you can get him, but Chuma, if you can flag them. We shall see. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, Terrence Ross is also on the court. We shall see again. He might be doing just select interviews with certain members of the media upon request. We're not sure if he's open. But if we get that opportunity, we'll make sure to get him right here in the hot seat, ask him some questions for you guys. RJ Hampton taking his turn at the white backdrop, doing his marketing picks. Cole Anthony is still out here, out and about, doing a couple final interviews with what looks like a radio station. Chuma Okeke doing an interview right now by special request. There are still interviews going on the media scrum side at the big media backdrop. So again, make sure you're following us on both Facebook and YouTube to catch those. Plus, there are a couple other bonus interviews that our fellow reporter was able to catch, not necessarily in a sit-down fashion, but a quick stand-up interview. So be sure you're following us on both Facebook and YouTube to catch all of our coverage today. And just stick with us, you know what I mean? We'll continue our coverage of the Orlando Magic and sports overall at Florida National News on Facebook and at FNN News TV on Facebook. And if you're following us on YouTube, subscribe at FNN News TV. We'd love to have you guys and keep the conversation going. Again, we're coming down to the last few minutes of Media Day. We've got roughly 10, a little bit over 10, but for all intents and purposes, 10 minutes. As we wrap up here at the AdventHealth Training Center in downtown Orlando. Beautiful facility. These guys did the unveiling a little bit earlier in the month. Huge congratulations to the Orlando Magic for the new facility. Again, in terms of appearances, this is very similar to the practice court that is in Amway. The main benefit of having this one now is that they have the medical attention available to them right on site. So if anything happens, they can get patched up very quickly as opposed to having to head out to the nearest hospital. They can get the attention right away. Chris, yes, we are in the new building. That's what I was describing to you just now. Yes, the new AdventHealth Training Center. Beautiful building. Beautiful building. These guys have a lot of amenities at their disposal. So huge congratulations to the Orlando Magic and AdventHealth for their recent partnership with this new training center. Again, leave your comments and questions below. Keep that conversation going for you guys. Heading to another brief commercial break as things wind down here at the AdventHealth Training Center in downtown Orlando. Fun fact, Cole Anthony just decided to drop and do some push-ups just because. But anyway, in the meantime, we'll be right back, guys. Stay tuned.
Si quieres ganar esta era, se requiere más que estrellas para ganarte los galones. Y si quieres ganar en este escenario, tienes que matar tu ego antes de que puedas matar los gigantes. Es por eso que este equipo está construido de manera diferente. Otros equipos ven un campo. Nosotros vemos un polígono de pruebas. Un lugar para demostrarle al mundo que hay un mundo de diferencia entre lo que ellos piensan que podemos hacer y lo que nosotros sabemos que podemos.
Estados Unidos es campeón de la Copa Oro.
Una nación bajo el radar, hartos de esperar y dispuestos a trabajar.
Buries it in the upper 90.
Pero si realmente quieres hacer ruido y sorprender al mundo, requiere más que solo madrugadas largas. Requiere una memoria corta y una resiliencia tosca. Porque los campeones no son definidos por lo que les pasó hace 4 años, 4 partidos o 4 minutos. Se miden por cómo responden.
This one back post McKinney. It's an instant response.
Con el balón a sus pies y una espinita clavada, ojos fijos en el premio, no en el pasado. Listos para jugar, listos para ser un estorbo. Físicamente implacable, mentalmente inexorable. 11 jugadores diferentes, con 11 pasados diferentes, jugando en el presente, apuntando solamente en una dirección.
The Florida Lottery is proud to support education by contributing billions of dollars to Florida schools and awarding countless Bright Future scholarships so Florida students can do more than just dream of a brighter future. They can create one. Learn more at flalottery.com. The Florida Lottery is proud to support education by contributing billions of dollars to Florida schools and awarding countless Bright Future scholarships so Florida students can do more than just dream of a brighter future. They can create one. Learn more at flalottery.com.
I'm not picking it up. You pick it up.
I'm not picking it up.
Well, somebody's got to pick it up.
I'll pick it up. They're clean. 'Cause my honey's clean. Oh yeah, I'm Charmin clean. That's how I know they're clean.
Charmin Ultra Strong is woven like a washcloth and just cleans better.
Yeah, I'm Charmin
The
clean.
kid does have a point.
My honey's clean.
Enjoy the go with Charmin. And for an extra clean finish, try Charmin Flushable Wipes.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we wrap up the 2022 Orlando Magic Media Day. Got some exciting news for you guys. We are able to get Jonathan Isaac. So once he wraps up with the media outlet to my left, he will be coming over here. So we'll be able to get that chance to talk to him for the fans that have been asking for him. Thank you guys for tuning in all day. Appreciate you. Soldiering through all the technical difficulties. You guys are the bomb, and continue to stick with us here at Florida National News and FNN News TV. Again, be sure to subscribe and like us at Florida National News on Facebook and FNN News TV over there. On YouTube, subscribe at FNN News TV. And then, Chris, I see your question. How are you feeling about the Magic season next year? I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, the only way for this team to go is up. The only direction for these guys to go is up. Still a lot of young blood, and we barely got to see their potential last season. And I think we're going to see a lot more of it this season. We're going to definitely get that opportunity. Especially, I think, this is an interesting metaphor to use, but the roster last year got that first blood taste with playing with Markelle on the court. He had been out for a very long time the previous season, and the team kind of, was kind of limping on, if you will, for lack of a better way to put it. But having him as a leader behind the scenes, but then actually getting to see how he functioned on the court last year, the team elevated as soon as he got on the court. It was a different team. And I think now that they've had that chance to see how he operates, combined with the leadership that he offers them off the court, I think that's going to make a huge difference, even in light of the recent toe injury. Like, I'm looking forward to it. I think this is going to be a great season. Will you guys have weekly coverage on the Magic? Yes. Like, we'll be covering the games. So, again, as I mentioned, be sure to subscribe. You'll see our live streams of our post-game coverage. You get to see all the questions and be pivotal in asking some of those questions. You know what I mean? So be sure to follow us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll be covering the team the whole season. And, of course, follow us on our websites, FNNnews.com and FloridaNationalNews.com as well. For sure. Thank you for your questions. Is it true that Markel hurt his toe by stubbing it at home? Good question. That's a good question. I need to find out a little bit more of that detail as well myself. That's a good question. That would suck if he stubbed it at home and broke it like that. Like, that would be a big stub. But, that is a good question, though. Matthew, that's a good question. At this point, guys, we're on standby for Jonathan Isaac. He's in an interview right now with a fellow media outlet to my left, your right. So once he wraps up with those guys, we'll get to talk to him over here. Matthew said, I don't know if it's true. I don't know either. But, yeah, we shall see. Do a little more research on that. Find out about that. But the positive news is he did say, the rest of his body's fine. He said he's still pretty optimistic. The rest of him feels pretty great. So it's just overcoming that one fracture, and, he'll be good to go. He's ready to cheer his guys on and, be that leader that they need on and off the court. So that's very exciting. But yeah, thank you guys again for tuning in to Florida National News' coverage of the Orlando Magic Media Day. Jonathan Isaac will essentially be our final interview, as it is 1 o'clock, or we're getting close to 1 o'clock. Thank you, Chris. We're glad you found the channel. Thank you for the Orlando Magic colors. I see that with the hearts, the blue and white. You represent. Appreciate you. For sure. It looks like Terrence Ross did do the big media scrum. He was walking from that direction. So now he's doing photo shoots against the white backdrop. So if you're following us on Facebook, you'll likely see him answer some questions on that side. This season should be a very interesting season, particularly for such veterans as Jonathan Isaac and Mo Bamba. These guys have been with the team for quite some time, and they've had the chance to kind of pour into and develop some of the younger players. So when we get to talk to Jonathan, I'll definitely get his thoughts about that. A few final players still on the court right now, as well as head coach Jamal Mosley. You got Schofield, who joined in the fray a little bit on the late side, and Wendell Carter Jr. is still on the court as well. A couple final interviews. All eyes on Paolo, and he's doing a couple final interviews as well. And if you were tuning into our media scrum on the Facebook side, that is still going. Like, there's still a lot of players being interviewed over there. And for the folks on our YouTube side, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your comments, your interactions, your questions. It's been fun. You guys made Media Day fun. So thank you. Thank you for tuning in and chiming in. Appreciate you. Continue to follow us and subscribe. Appreciate you. All right. All right, we've got Jonathan Isaacs coming over. How's it going? Come on down.
Are we live?
Yes, we are streaming. We are live streaming, yes. Come on down. Our fans have been asking for you too, so this is our folks right here. You can see the cover. Yeah, in real time. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Isaacs. Thank you so much for taking the time. Appreciate you.
Thank you for. Am I using this one?
You're good.
Okay.
I'm the backup.
Okay, cool. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to sit with you.
Absolutely. So did Chris give you the first shout out? Yeah. So kind of I've been asking all the players, kind of talk about, you guys are heading into training camp tomorrow. What's the trait that you want to sharpen the most for yourself personally?
The trait that I want to sharpen the most, I think it's just mentality. Like, we're a young team. It's going to be an explosive year, but I want us to believe. Like, I don't want us to walk into games like we're the young kids on the block, and we have to take a step back and for other teams. I want us to go out there and believe that we can be the best and we can win championships and bring championships to Orlando. And so I want to be there talking that the entire way through, and especially when I get back on the court.
For sure. Talk about that leadership aspect. Obviously, you've been a veteran on this team for a minute. Kind of talk about your opportunities to pour into some of the younger players and some of the things that you may have learned even from them. With the experience that they bring. Kind of talk about that interaction.
Yeah, it feels weird to say because I haven't had the most time on the court. That sucks, but we're here, and I've just tried to take that role seriously and focus up and instill in these guys that we want to be great, and we got to work to get there. If a team is better than us right now, then we got to work that much harder to get there because they're working too. And so, but at the same time, when you're talking about learning from the young guys, it's just to be light and take it one day at a time. And they're energetic and they're fun, and it's okay to be that too. And so, yeah.
Yeah, and a little bit about that, I was asking Cole and Jalen, because they're the kind of the goofballs on the team. Talk about some of the antics that you've seen. You've had the chance to interact with some of these younger guys.
They're just energetic. They love to mess around and have fun. And there is a time and a place for that. There's a time to dial it in and be mature about the situation and work. But there's a time too to have fun and kick it and make jokes and all that stuff. And so finding that medium is going to take place throughout this season. But I'm excited for it.
And then lastly, we heard from Jeff Weltman. He was mentioning the importance of, for lack of a better term, transparency, like not just kind of having the players kind of like bore through a wall and say like, we'll explain it after, but like, let me explain to you what's coming up behind the next 5 walls so you're mentally prepared for what's coming. So you're not only a skillful player on the court, but kind of a well-rounded person both on and off the court. Kind of give your thoughts on that. What are your feelings about that?
Yeah, I think it even speaks to what we're sitting in right now, this building that they've got for us. It speaks to their investment and what they want from us, and we got to be mature enough to accept this in the right way. We can't just come in here and run around like kids, and so we got to kind of walk like we deserve this and play like we deserve it. And so that's all I'm excited for, man. I think the organization is doing a great job of putting us in position to be able to win, and we just gotta knock it down.
Cool. And then I'm gonna slide in this bonus question here from Kai V. Have you worked on your jumper?
What up, Kai? Yeah, for sure, man. I've had a lot of time kind of away from the game, to be honest with you. So I've taken a lot of spot shots, a lot of set shots, and jumpers looking pretty.
All right. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Always a pleasure.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you. Jonathan Isaac, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned here at FNN News TV for our continued coverage of the Orlando Magic for the 2022-2023 NBA season. Make sure you subscribe at FNN News TV on YouTube. Be sure to like us on Facebook, FNN News TV, Florida National News, and even FNN Sports. We have several pages over on Facebook. Just look for that logo. You'll see the big poppin' FNN News logo. That is us. But that's going to do it here. That's going to do it for us here at the AdventHealth Training Center, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all your comments and questions. We look forward to receiving those over the course of the season as well. We'll be covering the team for the entire season. Be sure to follow us and make sure to go to our websites, FloridaNationalNews.com and FNNNews.com. We'll be posting in both areas. Yeah, thank you, Kevin, for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. And for all our folks that were on YouTube leaving comments and questions, appreciate you. As I mentioned before, you guys made Media Day fun. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. You guys have a great rest of your Monday. All right? You take care.